Krishna, dear devotees. This is Rasika Preeti Devi Dasi from the beautiful farms of Nilachal Vedic Village. And today, in the final video of Temperament, I'm going to discuss all the 4 temperament types, why they are important to know, how to deal with them, and how to find out what temperament type is your child. Okay, so this is going to be slightly longer video than the previous ones. Okay, so first, how to find the temperament. There's a simple test. The test sheets is available online. You can pick it up. If you want to find out from yourself, just mark it. Mark honestly. You will know at the end of it. It's a self-explanatory test. I will link it in the description box. How to do it for your children? Younger children, it's a little early to find out. Like after 5, you begin to notice their temperaments. They begin to show their personality. So generally after 5, it's just a beginning. But a good age, to know will be, of course, in their teens, because kids keep changing. However, some aspects can be known, and even if it is not permanent, even if they are exhibiting few qualities, you will find this video beneficial because you can handle those qualities accordingly. Then you will know this is a choleric quality, let me handle this way. This is a sanguine quality, let me handle this way. Okay, so don't worry, most of the time you easily make out what type of temperament your children have. Now every person has a minimum of 2 predominant qualities. Like sometimes one may be very dominant and other will be the like 1 rank. So say out of 100, one will be at 60, the other may be at 30, and the remaining 2 will be 5. It's like that. So any combination. Okay, we all exhibit temperament qualities of all 4 types. Maybe minimum at least 3 type ka to hoga hi. That's a very common scenario where a person exhibits temperament traits of at least 3 types. It's a very common scenario. Okay, sometimes all 4 are present equally. That's very rare unless the person is a very balanced person. And sometimes they only have, this is even rarer. I've never come across a person who has only 1 trait in completeness. Okay, never. Okay, so now that we have seen the how to find out and everything, let's first understand why it is important to know. Now, like I gave you the example, a wood is meant to serve a particular purpose. A marble is meant to serve a particular purpose. Granite is meant to serve a particular purpose. Bricks are meant to serve a particular purpose. When you don't use them for their designated purpose or for their intended purpose, you are misusing them. And that is underutilization or overutilization, which will lead to either frustration or depression in your child. Complicated? Let's make it simple. Like say for example, your child is a sanguine. He doesn't like to sit at one place. Usko government job laga diya. He will not be happy, will be frustrated all the time. और सपोज उसको एक ऐसे जॉब पे लगा दिया जहाँ पे वो काम में ही इतना बिजी रहता है कि उसके क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग देयर इज नो रूम फॉर हिज क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग टू कम आउट. ओके, विल दैट चाइल्ड बी हैप्पी? No, right? He will not be happy. And when they grow up, they are just going to be frustrated with their lives. And what are they going to do because of that? Get into all the things a frustrated person does. Okay. Similarly, choleric है, उसको कहीं पे भी उसका control exercise करने नहीं मिल रहा. There's no way he can exercise control. He will be frustrated. He will fight with people. He'll get angry all the time. A melancholy person made to work, be in front of people, be in a situation where they are overwhelmed by people around them and constantly people are abusing or things like that, and they keep thinking everything too much. They're going to be extra overwhelmed. Phlegmatic people, they are meant for simple jobs, government jobs, or jobs which require to do the same task every day most of the time. And if you put them on a stage where they have to be very creative, they're not going to excel. So this is career perspective, but even in personal life. Okay, I'll give you one example. Suppose the husband is sanguine, exhibits sanguine qualities very strongly, and the wife is say melancholy. Okay, now this wife was wearing a nice green color dress. She really loved it and she was hoping that the husband will give some compliment. Okay, and now this husband tells her that the mendak ban ke ghum rahi hai. Why are you roaming like a frog? She was deeply hurt. Now, sanguine husband here didn't think much. He just said it, whatever came to his mind. But she was expecting a compliment. वहाँ पे she was compared to a frog. bang, her day has gone bad now. She's deeply hurt, but she won't say it. Okay, 2 days, 3 days, the husband is wondering now what's wrong with her. What happened to you? Is it your PMS? Is it this? Is it that? All the more frustrating questions he will ask. And then after a lot of insistence, like if the husband really cares and if he'll persist, please tell me what the problem is. The wife will say that 5 days ago or 3 days ago, how much ever distance it was, you called me a frog. I said, when did I call you a frog? That would be his first reaction. Like, no, you compared me like when I was wearing that green dress. And now if the husband says, oh dad, you were mad for such a little thing, again she'll go mad for a few more days. Because Sanguines speak things, they don't think before speaking. Melancholics think about everything and they take everything personally. So when they don't understand each other this way, a melancholy will feel he doesn't care. A sanguine will feel she overreacts and they will not have harmony. Okay, so for harmony in relationship, understanding each other's temperament is important. It is very helpful. Okay, it can help you to a great extent. Now it's not like एक बार आपको समझ में आ गया, still so you are having it all under control. No, nobody becomes not many people become Zen like that. It's just an attempt. It's a step to knowing somebody, because knowledge empowers you to have compassion, see why they are doing it. Once you know the why behind a person's behavior, it becomes easier to forgive and let go, right? So it can come as a reminder from time to time. Now what happens if a child is a sanguine and parents are choleric? That child will become a forced or a masked choleric or melancholy. Most of the time it's melancholy, because as a sanguine child, the child will be bubbly, want to make masti, will not want to listen, will not be obedient, will not be organized, will be always forgetful, will be very disorganized, will forget things very easily, will run around here and there, will not sit at one place. These sanguines will have lost books, torn books, lost erasers, pencils, all the qualities exhibited by a sanguine child. Now if the parents, both of them, are choleric, they'll keep scolding, because it's unbearable for a choleric to stand as sanguine. Cholerics can't stand sanguines very easily. So what will happen in this scenario? The child will feel so much pressure that the child will feel either they'll become lost, they'll change and become melancholies. They'll be very sad all the time. They'll not feel love. So that's a very big disaster. Another scenario, if the child is melancholy, parents are sanguine, they'll keep planning things, running around here. Or say child is phlegmatic and parents are sanguine. It's stuck, they are opposite. One wants to rest and not go anywhere, and this parent is partying all the time, organizing parties, organizing adventure trips, vacations. The child will constantly be overwhelmed and thus low on energy and depressed and unhappy. So oftentimes when we see a child behaving in a particular way, it's because of their temperament. Okay, and it would be nice to have a basic evaluation at least, so that you can handle them accordingly. Okay, for sanguines, you just have to be strict with them. You have to set them into discipline, set them into, like, they have to follow a discipline. It has to be must. Okay, you just have to scold them. Don't worry, they'll not take it to heart that much if they are purely sanguines, if sanguine is predominant. For cholerics, they want control. Give them control. Set them rules and make them follow rules. Teach them responsibility. Like for example, if your child is choleric, and if you have a big enough house, give them a room, like, this is for you. You can decide what colors go here, what furniture you want, but the responsibility of cleaning that spot is also theirs. Okay? Or for another way is, let them decide the menu every Sunday. So their responsibility will be to check if all the ingredients are available, if all people in the family can enjoy that meal, if somebody has allergies, if somebody doesn't like it, if anybody has a special recommend. So they like doing this. They like taking charge and they like asking people, what do you want? They like this kind of control. So give them that, because what you're doing is, while you're giving them control, you're teaching them responsibility. So you teach them how to be empathizing. how to empathize with others, how to be considerate of others, how to ask everyone. Then they will be good leaders. When they care, you have to instill compassion. Tell them stories, okay? Tell them stories about compassionate leaders. They will enjoy it, yeah? Melancholies, don't need to do much with them, but just teach them to let go. You can instill a habit of journal writing in melancholies so that they can at least have a space to vent their feelings. Find, if you can be that mentor, great. If not, find a mentor for your melancholy child with whom the child is very comfortable in sharing everything. That will be a time when your child will be absolutely, helped, and they'll be able to let go, forgive, and be happy melancholies. With phlegmatics, you really don't have to do much. Just from time to time, encourage them, to stand up for themselves. Encourage them that why it is important to not let people bully you. In conclusion, I'm going to give you a scenario and I'll explain how different people will be affected. You'll understand more better about the temperaments, okay? So, suppose nowadays it doesn't happen that much, but first day of college when ragging happens, okay? So, cholerics are people generally who rag, okay? They don't get ragged. They are the one who are bullying others, okay? Sanguines will get ragged like Munna Bhai. Okay, they love to be ragged because they'll have another story in their kitty. Oh, this is what I have to do. Let me show you this also. Let me show you that also. I can do this also. They're those kind of persons. And then forever for their life, they'll have, oh, on my first day of college, I was ragged. It was so much fun. And I did this, I did that. So it's fine. Okay. Phlegmatics will get dragged and they'll move on with their life. They'll not complain. They'll not bother. They'll just carry on. They're just cool about it. But melancholies are the people who, if the ragging gets extreme, they may not want to go to college. They may not want to study in the class. They will feel extremely embarrassed and they may even tend to commit suicide because they're very close. So this is not like the final verdict. My intention is not to scare you. My intention is just to highlight the importance of understanding temperaments of your children. And then if that is not your personality, for your child, you have to mask yourself. Like, I am not a sanguine. I do not have sanguineness at all in me. But my son is. If my elder one is sanguine, I will have to play with him sometimes, so that he feels that connection. Or if I am a sanguine, and if my child is definitely not a sanguine, I have to reach where he is. As parents, as elders, we have to do it for our children. We have to take that step, know our child and treat them accordingly. In interpersonal relationship, when you know that a person is of a particular temperament, you understand and deal with them accordingly and see how your relationships improve. Okay. With that, we complete our journey of temperaments. It was a long one, but I'm sure it was worthwhile. Do let me know how did you like it. If you have any more questions for me, I have just covered the tip of the iceberg. These temperaments are really, I can go on one particular temperament, I can talk for hours together. But just to give you started, give you a taste of it, give you some information, and then if you feel connected, you can research further. And let me know, please, how you found it. It really encourages me and it guides me also as to what you like, and I can give you more such content. Please like the video if you like it. Do it now and share it with others if you think this is going to help them. I'm going to also list all the 4 temperament types in this description box so that you have it all in one place as well for your references. And do subscribe for more such interesting topics. Till then, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for being with us.